Prime time talk. We the champs in the zone, east coast to west. Every throne known and shown. Boxing unbiased, truth in every puff piece. Power pound kings, the talks never see. Check the stats, fight stack, gloves flying fast. KOs rewinding, every punch lands last. Jabs like poetry, hooks like history. Uncover the mystery, every fight a victory. Check the stats, fight stack, gloves flying fast. KOs rewinding, every punch lands last. Jabs like poetry, hooks like history. Uncover the mystery, every fight a victory. Prime time, prime grind, every rhyme so refined. True to the sport, no bias, we shine. Fist up in the ring, our voices do sing. From 9 to 90 at night, we the boxing kings. East to west, coast to coast, prime time the most. Raising every toast, talk so smooth, flow with venom. Truth in the rhythm, no biased algorithm. Analysts breaking down round a glorious round. Unbiased coverage making the sound profound. Fighter profiles, every style compiled. Dames about strategy, casuals beat beguiled. Prime time, prime grind, every rhyme so refined. True to the sport, no bias, we shine. Fist up in the ring, our voices do sing. From 9 to 90 at night, we the boxing kings.
Oh man, let's go ahead and jump on into this video, shall we? Look, we are only 48 hours away from the biggest fight of LA's history, probably USA's biggest card to date. You know, you talked about some of the biggest and hottest boxing names right now in the sport of boxing. You're talking about the likes of heavyweight King Prospect, Jared Big Baby Anderson. You're talking about Pitbull Cruz. You're talking about so many other fighters lined up on this card. It's ridiculous. But I'll double back on those names. I want to talk about the main names, and that is Terence Bud Crawford versus Errol Madrimov. That fight right there. Wow. That is going to be a serious fight. That is going to be one of the fights of the ages. Then you talk about Andy Ruiz and Jarrell Miller, the other big baby. So you got two big babies on one card. Wow. Man, look. Turkey Al-Sheikh knows what he's doing. That's all I can say. For real. But the Crawford versus Madrimov, that is what a lot of people say Terence Crawford's biggest fight. Even though they're wrong about saying that, because Errol Spence Crawford was the biggest fight until it ended. So I don't want to hear, oh, it wasn't, you know. Now, I agree with Terence Crawford on what he said about this is the biggest event. You know, it's outdoors, you know, on the pier, workout fights before the prelims. You know, it just was a lot, you know. It was beautiful. I think, yeah, that is the pinnacle of what you want to see in boxing. But, you know, you look at Crawford's last 5 fights, you know, it was Calvin Caucus, Kell Brook, Sean Porter, David Ebenezer, and then Errol Spence Jr. You know, so this guy, man, he's beat everybody that they has put in front of him, period. And that's all you can say about Crawford. That's all you should say about Crawford is that he has beaten everyone they has found, grabbed, challenged, or made them challenge themselves to get in the ring with someone like Crawford. Now you have Turkey Al-Sheikh, someone that understands the business, understands that it takes money to make these fighters move sometimes, and he's putting together the best versus the best. And that is all, as a fan of boxing, you should even think about. Is the best fighting the best? Well, look no further, because now at 154 pounds, we have Errol Madrimov putting his belt on the line against Terence Crawford. And if Terence Crawford completes this task, then he'll have an even taller task at the end. I guess you want to say he'll be the final boss or close to the final boss. And that'll be Fundora. And that'll leave him with 3 belts by the end of this year. Because Errol Spence, he backed out of that fight. Said he wasn't in fight shape to compete against Fundora. And I appreciate him for being honest with himself, first of all. And knowing when, hey, that may be a little bit too much for me right now at this stage. I might not be ready for that fight just yet. You can't play boxing. It's a deadly sport. And I really appreciate him for doing that. So now we have Crawford versus Madrimov. And boy, Madrimov looks like a big Triple G, if you ask me. He does. He looks like he could be Triple G cousin or something. But anyway, I digress. Looking at this fight and how it can play out, honestly, all I see is a win, a win, a win. For who? I wouldn't be the unbiased if I told you. But anyway, you should know. But, not to say that either fighter can win or lose. That's one thing I do always tell y'all. It's always 2 sides to a coin. It's never one-sided. Now, it all depends on if Madrimov can make Crawford fight his game. And if not, and if Crawford fights his game and switches it up and it's too difficult for Madrimov, as I know it should be, very difficult for him, because Crawford is a thinking fighter. He changes up depending on what you give him. So it's like he's downloading information as you throw your punches at him. So he is a very, very, very tricky boss in this video game life called boxing. So if you think you're going to beat Crawford, you're going to have to make it ugly. You're going to have to wrestle him. You're going to have to fight in the clinch. You're going to have to show your superiority and your dominance. And you're going to have to tire them arms out, something no one has done before. And that's the only way truly you're going to be able to beat a Terence Bud Crawford, is you're going to have to jump right dead in the fire and make it ugly, for real. Other than that, you allow him space, time to think and calculate, it's going to be very, very ugly. Unless you can catch him slipping with something and hit him dead on the button, which not too many people has ever done that. Only Caliber Caucus hit Crawford and clipped him with a nice little shot. But other than that, it has been no one. No one. However that song goes. But anyway, Madrimov, he's going to have to be patient. He's going to have to be calculated. He's going to have to work behind the jab. And he's going to have to mix it up and definitely go to the body. You want to chop down a tree, you got to hit it in the body. So those are my tips for Madrimov in trying to keep his belt and defend his title and have a very good defense and be successful in so. Now, on the other side of the coin, you got Crawford, switch hitter. He download information. If he is able to be himself, if he's able to dictate that ring and work behind his jab and create openings for himself and mix it up from top to bottom, the body, the head, the body. If he's able to do what he's been doing to all his other fighters, it's going to be a short night for Madrimov. I give it about 5 or 6 rounds, maybe. But if Crawford is not able to do those things, he's going to have to rely on his footwork. He's going to have to rely on pivoting and creating shots for himself, because Madrimov does have pretty good defense himself. And he doesn't have a lot of head movement, but he's able to dip and dodge his head out of the way, kind of resembling a little bit of Bivol-esque with some Canelo-esque in it, because he works with kind of like the Soviet Union tipping in, tipping out style as well. So it's going to be intriguing to see these two styles going against each other. It's going to be very intriguing to see who capitalizes off the first round and who's able to go into the second round with that same momentum. That's going to be very, very intriguing to see, because the first round is a fill-out round for most, but at this level of boxing, a lot of times the first round is definitely the dictatorship round, to where I'm going to show you my dominance right now. So anyway, with that being said, that's all I got for this video. You already know the routine. When you leave my house, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, smash the bell icon so you can be notified the next time I drop these next latest and greatest videos here on Primetime Talk TV. And I'm on social media. Everyone definitely go to the website, primetimetalktv.com, and copy some merch. All right, y'all. Peace, love. I'm out till next time.